Good morning, everybody. Automotive Inc. here. Today we are talking about your tow mode selectable gauges and how to set those up. Again, the way these gauges are, they're pretty good in tow mode. I like the setup that it basically comes already set as, but I'm going to show you a couple different ways that you can show what it is. So let's take a look here. So when you guys have these gauges, so the LCD 12-inch screen, whatever this is, in your Ford Super Duty, this is your typical look, I guess, if you will. You have a bunch of different my views and everything. But when you come over here to your mode selector and you first bring it up, it's not going to move. Once that screen pops up, you can come over here and roll it over to trailer. All right, once you get to trailer, you're going to see right here it says press menu to configure tow view. So we're going to hit this. And what that does, guys, is it brings up your choices of information you can have over here. So I like having trailer information, so you can click this while this is up. Now, if I had a trailer selected, it would show me brake gain, pitch, and then when I'm depressing the brake pedal, you'll be able to see that. The tachometer is at the top. And again, I already have the, if you will, gauges that are already more specific than just having without those numbers. So you can have 0 numbers in just those dials, which makes no sense, or you can do that. Now if we go over here, you can click trailer light status. What that'll do is where this little pickup is, it's going to continuously keep that up while you're towing, so you know if your trailer came disconnected. So of course that's important for brakes. You can go down here to off-road status, if you will. And what that does is it brings up pitch and roll. So if you're going to be taking whatever you're towing out somewhere where you might have to work on grades or pitches or something like that, that's where you can pick that. You can go down here to pitch and roll and pick this. And some of this stuff you can change while you're driving, some of it you can't. Now, some people like having these measurements up right here. For me, this doesn't make a lot of sense because I already have the actual gauge measurements up here telling me the specific degrees. So the only thing you're not seeing is battery voltage out of that set. So to me, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Now this one makes a little bit more sense. So temperature gauges, again, it's redundant of this, so it doesn't make a lot of sense. But what you can see is the actual temps where you would actually start hitting red. So if you're going to push your water temp in the 265 plus range, you can kind of see it, versus over here, it's just going to touch the line and it'll still tell you the number. Then of course you can actually go down one more and see your oil temp, and of course again your battery voltage. And then if you don't want any of that stuff, you can just go back to a traditional tachometer. So for me, again, you can pick that up. Once you like what you got, you just hit OK here, and then pretty much you can just back out of these gauges. Now if you don't have these temperature readings up here, you can actually go to configure gauges. And then there's usually down here where you can swap them around. You can do detailed or standard. I would always pick detailed versus standard, so you can kind of just scroll through this. Now it will keep this setting for you without having to change it. This is not something that's necessarily tied to the memory settings. So yeah, in all reality, you can do that. Now when it comes to your like I said, there's a lot of redundant pages here. The gauges takes you right back to the same place. So if you go in here, you can do that. If you have a diesel, you'll obviously, I think you can swap one of those out with a boost gauge. Ford's kind of notorious for showing you boost, so that's fine. And then for sure, like my view, I've turned on all the pages there, so you can scroll through all of that. You can have your redundant temperatures there if you want them versus above. Now, if you're not going to turn on the detailed gauges up here, I definitely highly recommend, if you're towing, is keeping up this one right here so you can see the actual detailed ones. But at the end of the day, I'm not super worried about it. Driver's assistance, when you're in tow mode, that just kind of shows everything that's on there. So nothing's really going to show up because we're not driving. But you can see that if you want it. And as you cruise through all the rest of your pages here, you can kind of see the information that you have to do it. So a lot of people have asked me about that, how to set up or change this, because they don't want what was already selected on there. So somebody test drove the truck or whatever and had changed that, they want to know what it's like. For me, because there's already that bar tack up there, and then I have the heads-up display, which I'll do a video later on that, how to set that up and basically what that looks like. But you can see right here in tow mode, the tack's already up there, so I wouldn't want necessarily that. So So at the end of the day, that is as easy as it is to set that thing up. As always, guys, appreciate you being here. So if you wouldn't mind, help a small channel out, smash the subscribe button for me. If you want a video made, make sure you comment in this video saying, hey, I'd like to see this feature demonstrated, explained, set up, something like that. We'll knock it out for you guys. And make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when I'm posting new content. And a thumbs up wouldn't also hurt. As always, guys, we'll see you on the next one.